song.
All right, first up this morning, we had such a good debate in our office about calling in sick that we thought we'd assemble a panel and we'd ask them, when it comes to phoning in, what reasons are legit and what reasons are just plain lame.
We got a great group here, starting with Paul Hackbarth. He owns 3 businesses and employs anywhere from 70 to 100 people, depending on the season. Then we have Barb Bartlein. She is the people pro. She's a professional speaker, clinical psychologist, and worked in the healthcare industry for years. Then we also have 2 of our interns. Please welcome Aaron Payne and Jennifer Shellman. Along with being our interns, they have, what, 7 jobs or something between you 2?
Yep, definitely.
So every once in a while, you got to call in sick, right?
I mean, you got to balance it out, work it out.
They're being good, right? They're trying to keep their jobs. Okay, so we also put it on Facebook, so we want you to sound off as well. What's the craziest excuse you've ever had or heard to call in sick? You can join the conversation. We'll have chances to read through those later. But right now, we got to go through this list. Maybe some of these will spark your ideas.
Okay, so show them your paddles, guys. All right, they each have a paddle. It's either going to say legit, like it's a good reason, or lame, no go. Okay, I like it.
To quit. Okay, so shall we go through the list?
Yep, I like
this.
All right, starting off, the first one, a contagious illness such as a common cold or flu. Is that legit or lame? Yeah.
They all say legit. Why, Barb?
Nothing upsets me more than somebody coming to work sick. Nothing. And they come in and they go, oh, I threw up all morning, but look, I rallied and I made it. Thank you so much for coming in. No, you're sick, stay home.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, opening day of Major League Baseball. Say the Brewers have opening day. Legit or lame?
We're split.
All right, Jen and Paul say lame.
Yeah, why do you guys say lame?
Because there's going to be other games. I mean, it's your responsibility to go to work. Like, you're an adult. You're supposed to be doing the adult thing.
Or like our boss said, take a vacation day.
Right, exactly. Use it as a vacation day. Don't lie about it. Or even say you're going to a game. Like,
or you're
take your
sick.
vacation.
You think it's legit?
Absolutely, it's opening day. What are you? That's a religion. Are you with me, buddy? All right, that's a religion.
Paul?
But is that a call-in sick thing or is that a vacation day
Either
thing?
one. Whatever you have to do to get there.
Really?
Whatever
What do you
have
think?
to do.
Well, it's always annoying when everyone's at the game and you're not because you're covering for them. That's why I think it's lame. Because I always get stuck covering for them.
Especially in the service industry or things like that.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah.
This next one I really like.
Yeah, okay, that you need a mental health day. Lame
Legit
or legit?
lame?
Oh,
Interesting.
the psychologist says legit.
Well, but there's a difference. Like, if your mental health day is just sitting at home watching Netflix, like, that's not a legit, like, mental health day. But if it's, like, you actually need some me time for your, like, psychological sanity, then that's probably a legitimate reason.
But isn't that what the weekend's for, though?
That is very true.
I've never taken a
Interesting.
mental health day.
True, true. Why do you say it's legit, Barb?
I think sometimes you need them. And actually, you mentioned using vacation time instead of sick time. The unused vacation days are at a 40-year high. People aren't using them. People aren't taking the time off. I think a mental health day is very legitimate.
You think it's lame, Paul?
It's legit if it's planned out. It's not the night before, hey, I need a mental health day tomorrow. Because then us as the owners are scrambling. So.
Yeah. Well, see, and that I think is the tough part, because especially if you have a true mental illness or something like that, you know, you may not have that down moment until the night before or the day of, so you may need to use a sick day instead of being able to plan it out with vacation.
Well, and I noticed a lot of Paul's answers relate to covering people's shifts and getting other people to replace people. It's the same for Tiff and me. We're very unlikely to call in sick.
I've done the show with hives.
Because if one of us is sick, someone has to fill it. Yeah, bruises.
And strep throat.
Yeah, which I don't like.
Bronchial pneumonia.
Yeah, right. All right, what about a family issue such as a sick child? Legit or lame?
Yeah.
All say legit. Interesting.
Yep, I think that's interesting too, since a lot of you aren't even parents. A house emergency such as water in the basement or water heater that explodes. Legit.
Legit. Interesting.
Good.
Loss of a family member or a loved one.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Legit.
of course,
Okay.
right? You'd be a horrible
They
human
say
being
that's
if
the
you said
worst
that.
reason to lie about being sick, though, because I read this study. It said of all the reasons people call in sick that are not legit, if you're lying about it, bosses
That's
say
karma.
that's
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's throwing bad stuff out into the universe.
Yeah, you don't put that out there.
Yeah.
How about this one? Your boss is horrible and you're fed up. Lame or legit?
Oh.
Interesting. Aaron and Barb both say legit. Yeah, why?
Well, I would take the time to go find a different job. You know, if that's the way you feel about your boss. And as you know, I'm of the opinion that you should always work for somebody you admire.
Yeah, and you say cut toxic people out. So if
Cut
your
'em
boss
out.
is toxic.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
think
Aaron.
legit, Aaron?
I think that if you know, like you said, the work should be somebody that you enjoy working with. If I'm working for Paul here and I don't like him, I'm gonna do everything I can to
Impossible.
execute.
I was going to say, everybody likes Paul.
Everybody loves
I'm
Paul.
gonna do
You're so
everything
sweet.
I can
Yeah.
to exit peacefully, and I think taking that day off to, like Barb said, go find another place of employment is the best way to do
You
it.
say lame, though. Why?
I mean, you should. I don't know. If you don't like your boss, get over it. And if you don't like him, then go. Then leave.
Yes.
It's not a
pick
reason
up
to
and
call in
leave.
sick. Just go.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like though what you said, Aaron. Exit peacefully. I think there's always something about taking the high road, taking maybe that time to not burn those bridges. If you're just like, I gotta go because we don't get along,
Right.
you might burn some bridges.
All right, what about this one? Your workload is just exploded and you feel overwhelmed.
Lame, legit.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. I think we can move on. Job interview. Can you call in sick for a job interview?
No.
I'm gonna give that one a
Lame, legit.
Legit, Aaron. Here's one thing that our boss said is it's tough to take a vacation day sometimes if it comes up, rather
Last minute.
quickly, last minute. Why do you say legit, Aaron?
For a job interview, I think, like you said, exit peacefully. And if you have those days, you don't want to not use them. And if the job is better for you, just call in, ace that interview, and exit peacefully.
There you go. Got to look out for number one, right?
Oh, yeah.
How about this one? Death of a pet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Jen, hardcore on the
Jen, you
end.
don't own any pets, do
I
you?
love my dog. I would be devastated if
Oh.
something happened to him, but I still don't think that's an excuse to miss work, unless it happens the morning of, or you're on your way to work and there's a little bit of a problem hanging out laying there.
Right.
Then that's the reason you gotta take care of that. But otherwise, you have a responsibility to do your job, and I think you need to do that. And I mean,
I
I
think
love my
Paul's
dog,
going to want to
but
hire her.
Yeah,
I think you gotta
seriously.
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody says
Can you
when
call in sick tomorrow to do an interview?
We'll talk after the show.
I think she said that was lame.
It was interesting. I found this statistic that said 1.5 million people call in sick the day after a Super Bowl.
Oh, that is interesting.
That's interesting, isn't it? And what also is interesting is in terms of last minute sick calls, 34% they say are actually being sick, and 66% are for other reasons, family reasons, house reasons, personal reasons, or some people, 13% feeling a sense of being entitled. Like, I'm entitled to some sick time.
I would love to see the statistic on states, how many, Wisconsin compared to other states for sporting events, how many people call in sick? Because I feel like we're going to be at the top,
Or
right?
hunting season.
That too?
Yeah, I wonder about hunting
Well, that's usually
season.
planned out with vacation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we
right,
have
we
a
have-
rapid fire list that we want you guys,
Okay.
so we're just going to go through them
Why
real
don't you
quick.
read the first 5? I'll read the second 5.
All right, number 1, calling in sick for a reality show audition, lame or legit? All right. Small grease fire in your house.
Legit!
You
That's
lost?
so funny. Somebody on our staff used that. We won't call him
But it
out.
wasn't real.
But Paul's over there, yeah. But if it's true, it's legit. Okay.
Well, nobody knows. He said you got to come up with an excuse that they can't find out, right?
Big enough to miss, but small enough that they can't.
Big enough to miss, but small enough they can't find out.
So
I
not
like
a
that.
2-alarm fire, just the stove
small
burning.
grease
Okay.
fire.
Small
Yeah,
Small grease
left
fire.
a little butter on this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, lost your voice.
Oh, that's legit.
Depends on your job,
interesting.
maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on what
Maybe.
you're doing.
If you're a talk show host, it might be hard.
Yeah. Diarrhea.
Oh, that's the best one.
Why is that the best one?
You never ask anybody if they have gas or diarrhea.
No.
That's it.
It's
don't want 'em in.
it's a
You don't
topic
want 'em
that
around.
everybody leaves alone. The
Yeah.
last one, allergies.
Maybe.
Take some medicine,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
All right, sunburn, really bad sunburn.
Oh, I think that's legit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
self-induced.
you should
but
know if you're really fair skinned that that's very legit.
hives.
Well, she came with hives, so
I'm in the middle.
You guys are
I
kind
may
of.
have to say lame because
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
looking up to Tiffany.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it might turn customers off though, Paul. If somebody has
Yeah, it
hives all
depends
over
what
their
your
body.
industry is. If you got gas or hives, you're not behind the bar.
True. Leather.
Like really severe weather.
Oh, that's legit.
Okay.
Legit. Okay. Car accident. Legit. Hungover.
Let's see what he does.
Yeah. Paul owns 2 bars.
Yeah. Kid bars.
Why are you kind of in the middle?
Well, it's, I don't know. I mean, you can be hungover and still do your job. Depends how bad it is.
It depends on how bad it is.
Now, if you're hungover with diarrhea, then, then you're not coming in.
Exactly. The last one, is it okay to text to call in sick, lame or legit?
Isn't that the way it's kind of done
That's
now?
what I thought so too.
Our boss,
Learned
it's
that this
interesting.
morning.
Greg said he prefers a phone call.
Yeah.
He thinks if you're going to call in sick, you should pick up the phone and call. He said, you might not answer.
He's like, you have to, if you're going to be sick, you have to go through the motions.
yeah.
Calling in sick and making that
Interesting.
call.
Good stuff, you guys.
It's like
Thank
a breakup,
you so much.
but just for a day.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, all of you. Interesting perspectives from young
great.
people. And by the way, the statistics show young people are much more likely to call in sick than older people.
Does email count?
Oh, I don't know.
'Cause I
Probably
email
not.
too.
No, our boss says call. Pick up the phone and call. But then
There you go.
sometimes, like if it's diarrhea, do you fake a sick voice?
And how much detail do you want a lot of detail when people call in sick?
No, not necessarily. My number one thing is just be honest. You know, if don't say you're sick and you're not sick, because then later that day you're going to check in on Facebook. I'm going to find out where you're at, and then it's bad.
Then you'd be upset.
Social media kills the sick excuse.
Yeah, that is
My-
one thing the advice said is don't be all over social media if you're going to call in sick.
Yeah. My number 2 is use diarrhea as your excuse.
That's the most
Your number
legit.
1, my number 2.
Exactly.
All right.
Thanks, you guys. Great.